So do y'all log all of your shows?
I log all the shows. Super nerdy about it. I don't know. Like I've always followed the Grateful Dead archives, and especially when Phish got started, they were logging. It seemed like everything on the Phish net, and I always loved to look back at everything, and been so amazed at all the content that they've somehow saved and recorded and written down. And so from the beginning, I've just been trying to do the same thing, and I log every set list and show note and venue and time of this first set and time of the second set, and if there's a soundboard recording or not, or if there's a video recording or not. There's a checklist in my spreadsheet for all that kind of stuff. So,
So you got that practice from the Grateful Dead? Is that fair to say?
I would say more so from Phish. I know
Okay.
everything was archived with the Dead as well, but the way that Phish kind of show noted everything and all that, I don't know if it was even Phish specifically or the fans or not, but just kind of was copied more so from that. Yeah.
With the Dead, you had like in the early time of them taping, you have like the Betty boards, and I forget, Betty, someone was their sound engineer, and she recorded a lot of the shows. Then it came more of like a fan thing, and then with Phish, I think a lot of that. Obviously, I know in the early '90s, like Phish, their sound guy would let actual fans plug into the soundboard and get a board. Obviously, they got way too big for the sound engineer to start letting just any other fan come plug into the board. So then it became more of like, we got to have your own microphones, get our audience recording, So I would say like, yeah, Phish. I mean, the Grateful Dead definitely started that whole thing, but Grateful Dead definitely started that whole thing. But Phish, like their fans took that to.
Oh yeah, to the next
the
level.
The Dead's fans also took that to the next level, but more of a modern sense like today.
Yeah, I think the big thing that was with the major difference was the internet happening and being able to do it all in real time online, so fans could log on and check out what the set list was from that night. I know my parents have been seeing the Grateful Dead since late 70s, early 80s. Both of them have seen hundreds of shows. They used to have, there's a little magnet I remember on my refrigerator growing up, 1-800-DEAD something. I can't remember right now, but they would call in after the shows, and you'd pay by the minute, like 15 cents a minute, and it gives you different options, what the set list was from the night before.
That is
I
awesome.
did not know that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
oh yeah. So that was a thing, but that was all over phones. I mean, Phish definitely took that to the next level with the internet and that the invention of that.
And making it, I think too, like with Phish, like and then at least from like now times, like dude, you can, like I'll go to a Phish show that night, and then hours later, if you have live Phish app, you can just get on the live Phish app.
Oh, we
and there's
listen
a
to the show
recording.
every time when
Yeah.
we get back to the hotel. The show from that night is on the laptop playing in the room. It's
and that's
unbelievable.
Just,
yeah.
And that's just so awesome that they're able to, like you were saying, create that content and make it so readily available like that. You know, that's just.
I mean, then obviously the streaming is just.
Yeah.
I remember when Phish got back together in 2009, and we were following the tours on Fantasy Tour and wanting to listen in from afar. We had to rely on somebody with an iPhone at the show, streaming it to
Like an iPhone 3.
an iPhone 3 probably. But we listened every single night on the stereo, and like. I think Phish realized how many people were tuning in to these things and really kind of made the live stream what it is today as well. I mean,
like where they're like videoing it as long like
sometimes
nice
you would get an iPhone video, but most of the time it's just audio.
Well, I meant like as in now, like they video like the shows with like nice ass cameras. Like,
Oh,
make it
it's
available,
Every show
like-
gets a first set opener on Facebook. Is that right?
And maybe even second set.
I think
too.
you're right.
Yeah, I think the first set or the first song, the second set.
Are they the first band to do something like that?
Ooh,
I would imagine so. Yeah, I mean, as far as that I know, is streaming like the tours and the concerts and like
That shit's insane.
Well, think about
that is
definitely
awesome.
when people talk about Phish and like the things they like about them, it's just like endless sometimes.
Absolutely.
Like, the impact they've had on the music industry, and not just the way they played or wrote songs or did set lists or toured, but
How
down
they
to the
did their
technology,
festivals.
every
The way they
little aspect
moved.
of it. Yeah,
Mhm.
so influential, obviously. You know.